Om Kriya Babaji Namaha. This video we are going to discuss about Gnana Yoga, which is one of the four main parts of yoga in Hindu philosophy. We have already discussed about Bhakti Yoga and Raja Yoga. This Gnana Yoga is the path of wisdom and knowledge, emphasizing the use of intellect and discernment to achieve spiritual enlightenment. The term Gnana comes from the Sanskrit word knowledge. Or wisdom. Unlike other forms of yoga that focus on physical postures, breath control, or devotion, Gnana Yoga primarily concerned with the pursuit of self-realization through the understanding of the true nature of reality. Basically, by using self-inquiry, intellectually we are trying to achieve self-realization. The role of wisdom in spiritual growth. Wisdom is considered the highest form of knowledge in many spiritual traditions. In Gnana Yoga, wisdom is not just intellectual understanding but a deep, intuitive realization of the true nature of the self and the universe. By realizing the self, we are trying to realize how universe works, how it is created by the source of creation. So this wisdom leads to liberation, moksha, from the cycle of birth and death, which is called samsara in Sanskrit, and the realization of one's unity with Brahman, the ultimate reality. Historical context of Gnana Yoga. Origins in ancient India. Gnana Yoga has its roots in ancient Vedic traditions of India, the Upanishads, which are philosophical texts that form the basis of much of Hindu thought, are some of the earliest sources of Gnana Yoga. These texts explore the nature of reality, the self, which is called Atman, and the ultimate reality, source of creation, which is called Brahman. Key scriptures and text which talks about Gnana Yoga. So several important texts provide the foundation for Gnana Yoga. First one is the Upanishads. These texts contain the core teachings of Gnana Yoga, emphasizing the realization of the self and the unity of Atman and Brahman or Paramatman. And the Bhagavad Gita. This sacred text, Bhagavad Gita, discusses the various paths of yoga, including Gnana Yoga, and provides guidance on how to live a life of wisdom and devotion. And third is the Brahma Sutras. Brahma Sutras systemize the teachings of Upanishads and provides a philosophical framework for understanding the nature of reality. So influential teachers and philosophers. Throughout the history, many great teachers and philosophers have expounded on the principles of Gnana Yoga. So we are going to see three major Sadgurus or self-enlightened masters who have explored this Gnana Yoga mainly. Ramana Maharishi, he is 20th century sage who taught the practice of self-inquiry, which is called Atma Vichara, as a means to realize the self. So basically we are intellectually trying to inquire the self. Who am I? That's the teaching of Ramana Maharishi. The second one is Adi Sankaracharya. He is an 8th century philosopher who revived and systemized the teaching of Gnana Yoga, emphasizing the non-dual nature of reality, so which is called Advaita Vedanta. Third is Swami Vivekananda, a key figure in bringing the teachings of yoga, including the Gnana Yoga, to the West. Okay, the philosophy of Gnana Yoga, the nature of reality. So Gnana Yoga is based on the understanding that the ultimate reality is non-dual, that is Advaita. This means that there is no fundamental distinction between the self and the ultimate reality. It means Atman and Brahman or Paramatman. The perceived duality of the world is an illusion or Maya created by the mind. So as per Adi Sankaracharya, these duality of the world is created by our own mind, which is not real, and he called this as a Maya, means illusion. So our goal is to go from Dvaita, which is duality, to the Advaita, which is non-dual oneness, to by transcending this Maya, which is created by the mind, which is illusion in nature. The concept of Brahman and Atman. So Brahman or Paramatman is the ultimate unchanging reality beyond time, space and causation. It's the source and substratum of all that exists. So basically what it explains, Paramatman, from Paramatman or Brahman, only all other things are created. So that is Brahman or Paramatman is the source of creation, non-dual oneness. Atman. Atman is the true self which is identical to Paramatman or Brahman. Realizing the unity of Atman and Paramatman or Brahman is the goal of Gnana Yoga. The same thing is like all the religions are following, like fundamental rituals, basic rituals may be different, but same thing is said in all the religions. God is one, and God created man as his image, which is said in Bible. So all are same, all the religions are paths, all the religions are paths towards the same designation, but they follow different rituals and the methods are different. So it is an illusion, like we are following different, but we ultimate goal and ultimate designation is same. Okay. So Maya, the illusion of the world. So Maya is the power that creates the illusion of a separate material world. It is not that the world is unreal, but that our perception of it as separate from Brahman is mistaken. So Gnana Yoga seeks to transcend this illusion through the cultivation of wisdom and discernment. Next we are going to talk about the practice of Gnana Yoga, mainly self-inquiry and meditation. The primary practice of Gnana Yoga is self-inquiry, which is called Atma Vichara or Sat Vichara, which involves continuously asking the question, who am I really? This practice helps to peel away the layers of false identity and reveal the true self, which is Atman. Next one is meditation. It's also an essential practice in Gnana Yoga. Through meditation, the practitioner develops the ability to focus the mind and penetrate the layers of illusion to realize the true nature of reality. means we are trying to realize our Atman. And by realizing that, we are trying to know that there is no difference between Paramatman and Atman, that is Brahman and Atman. A discernment between the real and the unreal. This is Viveka, that means discernment or intelligence, real intelligence. This Viveka is the ability to distinguish between the real Brahman and the unreal Maya. This discernment is cultivated through study, reflection, and meditation. The role of the Guru in Gnana Yoga. In Gnana Yoga, the guidance of realized master or Guru is considered essential. The Guru helps the student navigate the complexities of the path and provides the necessary wisdom and insight to overcome obstacles. So without Guru, not only in Gnana Yoga, in any path, without Guru we cannot achieve high levels of spiritual growth. Because all these textures, all these books, holy books, are just an inspiration to enter into spiritual path. It will give some levels of understanding and we can achieve till some levels. But after that, we need an enlightened master. We need to have an enlightened master or Guru to take us to the highest possible level. That to merge with Paramatman or Brahman, from Atman to Paramatman. This is same is said in Bible also, from Son of Man to Son of God. We say Atman and Paramatman in Hinduism, and same we say Father, Son, Holy Ghost. All these Trinity is same. We are telling in Bible. So benefits of Gnana Yoga. So Gnana Yoga provides mental clarity and peace. One of the immediate benefits of Gnana Yoga is the development of mental clarity and peace. By understanding the true nature of reality, the practitioner is able to let go of unnecessary worries and anxieties. Next one is liberation from suffering. Gnana Yoga leads to the realization that suffering is a real result of ignorance. So all the sufferings we are facing is a result of our ignorance. Because of this ignorance, we think we are separate from the source of creation, and creator is different and creation or creator is different. By practicing this, the misidentification with the ego will get eradicated from our life. So because of that, we will be free from all of our sufferings once we reach high levels. By realizing the true self, the practitioner is liberated from the cycle of suffering. And also once we get the moksha, which is the highest state, so we'll be liberated from the birth and death cycle, merging with the source of creation. That is ultimate goal. The next one is union with the divine. Union with the divine, the ultimate goal of Gnana Yoga is the realization of unity of the self with the Brahman. This realization brings about a state of eternal bliss and the real freedom, which is called moksha. There are many challenges and misconceptions on this path. So we are going to discuss about that and how to overcome that. Common misunderstandings. One common misconception about Gnana Yoga is that It is purely an intellectual pursuit. While intellect is important, Jnana Yoga ultimately requires a deep intuitive realization that goes beyond mere intellectual understanding. That means we already know. We say we need to know we are not separate from the Brahman, our source of creation. But still we suffer. Means that is in the theoretical level. We know the concept or theory. That means we are not separated from the source of creation. That means creator or God or father, whatever you call. But still we suffer. Why? This is not merely a theoretical question, who am I? This who am I means we need to know it, see it directly and merge with it, which is real I. That means Paramatma. Once we achieve that only we can really, we are really liberated out of this Maya. So this is a common misconception. Not only intellectual pursuit, we need to experience directly that real Parabrahman or Paramatma. Next misconception is overcoming intellectual arrogance. The pursuit of knowledge can sometimes lead to intellectual arrogance. It is important for practitioners of Jnana Yoga to remain humble and recognize that true wisdom comes from direct experience, not just intellectual knowledge. That means we cannot simply think by knowing this theory. So I am the Paramatma, I am not this Atma. With this, if we create an illusion, it is a spiritual ego. It is the hardest ego to overcome. If we once one seeker is creating himself this spiritual ego, means I know already I am the Paramatma, without having a direct experience, and he will fall prey for this spiritual ego. He will never grow in spiritual path to the ultimate liberation. He will be in that arrogance that is called spiritual ego. So nowadays everything is available in the internet or clouds, web clouds. So you can know all these concepts, but it is still theory. You are not at experienced any direct perception. So we need to be very careful while practicing these things. Knowing all this theoretical knowledge, actually a blocker. That is what Ramana Maharshi says. We need to know how to unlearn, relearn, and again unlearn, relearn until we become one with the direct perception of Parabrahman or Paramatma. So while practicing spirituality, we need to be very, very careful about not developing a spiritual ego instead of growing in spiritual path towards liberation. And third one, balancing knowledge with the devotion. While Jnana Yoga emphasizes the knowledge, it is important one to balance this with devotion, bhakti. True wisdom includes heartfelt connection to the divine. So love to the God is called, love to the God or divine is called devotion. As I already told you, we need to have all balance, all four balanced, like Bhakti Yoga, Raja Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga. All these four we need to practice, and day-to-day life, while doing our work, while doing our day-to-day activities, everywhere we need to have this blended hybrid approach. Then only we can grow faster in spiritual path. Anyway, whatever path yoga if they are following, anyway, once after reaching some level, all other jnana, for example, if one bhakti yogi is completely in bhakti, once he reaches some levels of spiritual growth, he will automatically go through the process of Raja Yoga, Jnana Yoga and Karma Yoga. That will automatically happen. Same vice versa. Raja Yogi goes through all other three. Gnana Yogi goes through all other three certain point of time. So I personally recommend spiritual seekers to follow all these four yogas in your day-to-day life. Cultivate that practice, daily practice of following this in spiritual path. So that's the next topic, integrating Gnana Yoga into daily life. Practical tips for practitioners. So this includes daily meditation, study of sacred texts, practice discernment. So we need to set aside time each day for meditation and self-inquiry, and regularly read and reflect the teachings of the Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita and other spiritual texts. Practice discernment continuously. Question your belief and perception to distinguish between the real and unreal. So combining Gnana Yoga with other paths. So Gnana Yoga can be practiced along with other parts of yoga. For example, combining Gnana Yoga with Karma Yoga, which is selfless service, can help to balance the wisdom with action and living a life of wisdom and compassion. The ultimate aim of Gnana Yoga is not just personal liberation, but also the realization of unity of all beings. To experience all beings as one. This is also not a theoretical thing. Once you realize yourself, then you can feel all other creations, plants, animals, birds, human beings inside you. This is direct perception, not just a concept of compassion, theoretical compassion. But once you realize yourself, you will have a direct perception. You can see, experience all these universe inside you. That is what we are calling Yata Anta Tata Pinta. That means what is in universe, that is in our miniature body. So this body and the soul, which is the source of this body and mind, is identical to the universe. So that direct realization we should have. This realization naturally leads to the life of compassion and service to others. Now once you realize everybody is part of you, there is no others, you are servicing yourself. Brahman is servicing the Brahman through you. So once you develop this spiritual growth, so you naturally service others without thinking we are doing something to others or experiencing that we are servicing others. No, we are servicing ourselves. That is direct experience. Once after direct experience only you can do that real selfless service. So conclusion, the journey of self-realization. So Gnana Yoga is a profound and transformative path that leads to the realizations of the true self. It is a journey of self-discovery, requiring dedication, discernment and the guidance of an enlightened master or realized teacher. The ultimate goal of Gnana Yoga is the realization of the unity of the self with Brahman. This realization brings about a state of eternal bliss, freedom and liberation from the cycle of birth and death, which we call as samsara. So continuing the path of wisdom, the path of Gnana Yoga is a lifelong journey. Even after achieving self-realization, the practitioner continues to live a life of wisdom, compassion and service, sharing the light of knowledge with others. Like Ramana Maharshi. Achieving this self-realization, in my experience, and I'm studying many masters around the world, I guess only Ramana Maharshi achieved directly self-realization through Gnana Yoga. No one else. All others practiced all four yogas combinedly and achieved Gnana Yoga. But only through Gnana Yoga, achieving the self-realization was done by Ramana Maharshi only. It is very difficult if you choose only Gnana Yoga for self-realization. This is not for everyone. We cannot achieve that. So we need to practice Bhakti Yoga, Raja Yoga, Kriya Yoga along with Gnana Yoga. Bhakti Yoga, Kriya Yoga, Karma Yoga along with Gnana Yoga. So once you grow in other yogas, and automatically when you have glimpse of your Atman, then Gnana Yoga will automatically come.